Chris and Bob's Adventure Channel. Eureka Peak Mishap.
All right, real quick, we've walked 1.5 miles in, and the road was not as rough as we thought. See the car there? Not a four-wheel drive vehicle. We could have driven up here, but you know what? A little extra elevation was not a big deal. It was a nice walk. Also, this is Eureka Lake. There is the peak out there in the distance, and this is absolutely fantastic. The trail should be on the other side of the lake. We will go find that out for sure. We would like to bag the peak and come back down the side and do a loop. It seems pretty self-explanatory, but who knows? We'll find out here in a few minutes. We're about to come out of the trees and the lake is behind us. This appears to be an old double track, which is now a single track. Apparently this was a double track road at some point. Can be no doubt about it. And if you come back around here slowly, as you can see, we're starting to get a view out there. We'll get some more footage of that when we get out there. But this odd impression, looks like something that was man-made here at one point. But this definitely was a road coming up here that we're coming up. And we're going to come out to the opening here, and hopefully we'll get a fantastic view. Be able to see the buttes and Mount Lassen soon, all right? All right. We're going to come out up onto the ridge here really soon, but we just figured we would point this out. That is an absolutely standing view, and I believe that is looking south. And the Sierra Buttes are somewhere hiding behind this peak yet. We can't see them. And I don't know the name of that peak off the top of my head. I think I know it, but I'm not going to say it. We'll add that into the video. But I would just like to say, isn't that an absolutely amazing valley there? Outstanding. It looks like some cliffs up there at the end of the valley. We may have to come back and hike that here pretty soon too. Include that in our list. And so far the trail has not been very steep, as you can see. I'm thinking up there, if you can see through the trees, it's going to get steep here real soon. But so far, even the road, it's been a very moderate hike. We still have quite a bit of elevation to climb though. So we're going to go find out how steep it is, and we'll show that to you when we get up there. All right, real quick, there was an intersection down there, and the trail's really faint. There was a trail going up there to that rock face, and I'm not sure that's the way we want to go. And it's definitely appeared to be a trail coming up, and we're going to continue to follow it. But there was some confusion at the intersection. I would just say this is a low-use trail, and to pay attention, you know. And definitely we're on some sort of trail, but it is extremely low use. But even if we have to work our way up these outcroppings, it's not very steep to our final destination up there. And I'll talk to you again soon. All right, we were following a double track, clearly defined, and we had two possible trail options, and both of them have sort of to peter out. So we're kind of going cross country here, and it's pretty rough. I was following a guidebook, and I don't know if we made a mistake or there was a mistake, or the trail is such low use. And here we are below that cliff face, and we're going to work our way up the ridge and hopefully make it to the peak. But we just did about an hour of pretty tough scrambling, and I've searched and I cannot find the trail. Hopefully we're running the trail here up somewhere on that ridge. If we do not, obviously this is not the ridge to come up. The other ridge would be the only way, and we'll determine that on the way down. We'll figure that all out. All right, wish us luck. All right, well, we still haven't found a trail. We may have found the trail, I'm not sure. It's definitely low use. But look at this cliff behind us, spectacular. Ooh. Look down there where we had to scramble up. Yeah, I'm not sure this was the best way. And then he's gonna pan over there and show you the ridge we're still working towards over there. I know there's a trail on the other side to come down. We're definitely not coming down this way. Yeah, you said you didn't want to talk, Chris, but what do you think of the climb up so far?
It was crazy.
Okay, good. Was it your first time doing something like that?
Yeah, and it was fun. Okay,
well, we've still got more climbing, it looks like. But at least maybe we'll be out of the brush here a little bit. I'm hoping. My legs are all scratched up. All right, let's get back. Hopefully we'll see you at the top. All right, I have not been able to find a trail. I must be stupid, or it's not here, or I'm probably bad navigation skills today. Who knows? But we've folded up around that cliff here. There's a little bit of class 3 in there, and a little bit of class 2, steepish, plushish, I don't know how to call it, but we were definitely hands and feet for a good period of time there. What'd you think, Chris? Was it pretty steep?
It's pretty steep.
A fall would have hurt. So
yeah,
we're pretty close to the summit now, and it's been a good time. We stopped to take a break, and the views are still fantastic. The weather's great. We're running a little behind, but we still have tons and tons of daylight time. We're perfectly all right. and we'll be to the top shortly. And I know there's a trail on the other side to go down the other ridge. We are not coming back down this way. All right, see you at the top. All right, guys, that is the Sierra Buttes. That is where the fire lookout is. Obviously, it's probably the top one. I don't know how well you can see it, but we climbed that last week. Fantastic. And right out there, there's that crack. I really don't know the name of it. We're gonna figure out what that is. That is absolutely impressive. We may put that on our climbing list. But look at this scenery. This is fantastic.
And there's the peak. Eureka Peak. Right there. We made it. 360 degrees at the top.
We'll be able to show you Lassen on the way down the trail. You can't see it from here. We're going to climb that in 2 weeks. We're in the process of starting our YouTube channel, and we're hoping that you're going to like our videos and that you will subscribe to our videos. I live in Northern California. I've been hiking and mountain biking this area for 20 years. I have been doing stuff like this every weekend as the weather permits for over 20 years here in this area. And it's time that I start sharing some of my favorite places and some of the places that have been on my list that I haven't got to. So here we are. Hope you've enjoyed this fantastic, spectacular view that we've brought to you. And there it is, Mount Lassen. In 2 weeks, we will be climbing it. Are you ready, Chris?
I'm ready.
And we're gonna film it and we're gonna upload it to YouTube. And hopefully it'll be an epic day. I am really excited. Fantastic. All right, let's get off this rock. All right, in our stupidity, we were unable to find the trail that is like 10 feet behind us. And we came up that today. Good training. What did you think?
Oh my God.
A little bit of class 3 scrambling.
That's not hiking, that's mountaineering.
Well, yeah, maybe a little bit, but it was a good time. What'd you think?
Chris and Bob's Adventure Channel.
Yes, absolutely. If you like us, subscribe.
Thanks.
All right, so we're coming down the trail, which is relatively easy. I used a guidebook, and we'll show it to you. I started on the opposite side of the lake from where this trail starts. I'm assuming that we're going to come up to the intersection, and when we do, I'll show you that intersection. But this is a loop. The guidebook I showed the loop starting on the north side of the peak. There was no trail. We did class 3 scrambling to get up to the ridge. It was a much harder day than it should have been. We're going to head down the trail a little further, and I should come to an intersection, and we'll point that out to you. And I'll show you at the lake where this trail starts, okay? Really not much to say, except that's why we do that. Absolutely fantastic. Amazing day. We're almost back to the lake, and we'll still have a 1.5 mile walk back to the car. Awesome.
Here we go.
Great. All right, real quick. We went up the other side of the lake, which he can show. And there's a trail over there to our defense, but there was no trail to the top. And it was a nightmare. The trail starts over there by the bathroom, which you've probably seen. And we wound up doing a class 3 scramble up to the ridge. Horrible. This is the beginning where the gate is, and you can see it. You go up further here, which we filmed. If you follow this trail, it goes up to an intersection. You can go left or right to do the peak. We were 100% aware of that. We figured that out, but we made a horrible navigational error. And what should have been 3.5 hours is in about 5 hours right now. It'll be 5.5 hours because we did a brutal class 3 scramble.
It was brutal.
It was brutal. As you can see, it's pretty steep. It doesn't fully show it. It's a little bit over there. You can't quite see, but it was steep and it's tough. All right, we're gonna head down to the car. We still have to walk down the car to the parking area.
Another mile.
Another 1.5 miles, I think.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So here we are. We made it. We made this hike way harder than it should have been. It's only supposed to be about 6.5 miles and 2,000 feet. I don't know what we did for mileage, but boy, that was some steep scrambling on the other side of the peak on the south side here. We definitely made a navigational error. I used some information that obviously was 100% wrong. When we came down, we obviously seen our mistake. Hey, you know, it happens. I don't usually make mistakes like that. That was a big one today, and I don't know, what did you think?
Yeah, it was a mistake or not, it was a great hike. It was
the first time you've ever been on anything that steep?
Pretty strenuous. Yeah, it was steep.
It was steep.
It was rocky.
Scrambling.
Yeah.
For a lot of vertical.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was an outstanding day.
Yeah. So, how many weeks till Lassen?
2 weeks.
2 weeks till Lassen.
look, we're going to be starting our channel here. This is going to be one of our first posted videos. I'm hoping that if you like what we have, that you subscribe. We're hoping that the quality of our videos, the content of our videos will improve with the more that we make. The big point is I would like to share what I've been doing for 20 years here in Northern California. Between skiing, mountain biking, and hiking, I know this area fairly well. And now it is time to share it with an audience.